Apple just announced iOS 26, and with it, they introduced a brand new software design called Liquid Glass, an expressive material that, in my opinion, looks absolutely amazing once you get used to it. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can adopt Liquid Glass into your React Native Expo application. That's right, as always, bringing you the latest, highest quality, and most up-to-date tutorials. And by the way, if you want to stay up to date with everything that is going on, consider creating an account at codewithbeto.dev. That will subscribe you to my newsletter where I share exclusive insights and private projects I'm currently working on. Today, we'll be focusing on bottom tabs. So let's jump right into the demo. Okay guys, so I think it's going to be easier for us to see in detail how these bottom tabs look like with this video that I recorded. So let's just go ahead and hit play. And as you notice, the Liquid Glass adapts based on the background. We don't have to do anything. That's all native integration. And for example, as you notice, it's very jumpy, very reactive when you drag your finger. And right there, for example, that dog is black. And you notice that the explore icon, it's white, changes from white to black. And then when it's focused, it's blue. So that's the demo, guys. That's what we're gonna be doing in this video. And as always, guys, if you want to become a master in mobile development with React Native and Expo, consider becoming a pro member at codewithbeto.dev. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. And by the way, I'm super happy to announce that I'm working on a new course with LiveStore. That's right. As you know, I'm a fan of local first applications, and I'm super excited to announce that I'm collaborating with Johannes Schickling. He is the creator and previously founder of Prisma, and we are partnering to bring you guys the best in class and I believe the first LiveStore course. And of course, it will be included in the Pro member package, so you don't need to make any extra payments. If you are enrolled into the Pro tier, you should be good to go. And by the way, the app that we're going to be working today is the application that I'm going to be using or building for this course. So as you may imagine, it's going to include all the latest and greatest. Also, guys, I want to mention Oscar. He works at callstack.io and he created the library React Native bottom tabs, and it's the one that we're going to be using. The difference, or what makes this library so amazing, is that it leverages the native implementation for Android and iOS, meaning that from day zero, we can actually enjoy all of the latest API in iOS 26. So definitely give him a follow if you want to. He's always sharing great stuff about React Native. And yeah, they also created this very nice website that provides documentation about the bottom tabs that he built. And it's pretty cool, looks pretty nice. And they also have guides for Expo, React Navigation, or any framework that you're using. You can just come here and follow the guides. Okay, so now let's jump and see the code. This is like the real demo, the real application. So of course I cannot zoom in here, but as you notice, we have the tab at the bottom. And you know, this is very responsive. I can just put my finger and start dragging around and it looks nice. And another thing that I want to mention is that if we go to the Explore tab, for example, and then press Learn More, we have this new UI without doing anything because this is the on-device browser. So we have all the latest and greatest buttons here and UI. And yeah, so this is what we're gonna be doing, guys. So let's start doing it. Alrighty, guys, so this is how the application looks like. It supports light and dark mode. This is the default template, and I can press on the Explore Home. This is the default template that comes with Expo Router applications. So one thing to notice is that I'm using the iPhone 16 Pro with the iOS 26. You can download the beta version of Xcode, and that comes with the simulators. As you notice, this is a mono repo. I have a folder called packages, but inside packages, I only have this application, which is super simple. Like I said, just a Hello World application using Expo. And I asked ChatGPT to create this list of dogs, and that's how they look so far. We have the blur effect, but you know, it's nothing compared to what we have now with the Liquid Glass integration. Now, one thing to notice is that because I'm using iOS 26, the status bar has this shade. So it's adding that dark shade that looks nice. So that we get it for free because we're using iOS 26. Let's go to the package JSON of my application, and we need to install bottom tabs, the native ones. So if we go to the React Native bottom tabs documentation, I'm actually using pm for my repo. I'm going to copy this command. Let's come here and paste this in here. Let's just install React Native bottom tabs. Let's go back, and we also need to install bottom tabs / React navigation. Let's copy this as well, and let's put it in here. Hit enter. Let's go back. We need to add this plugin for the React Native bottom tabs so that the native code is properly installed. Okay, so let's go back. Just so you know, here we have the bottom tabs and the bottom tabs React navigation. This is the version that I'm using at the time. Now let's open the app.json, and in the plugins, I'm going to add React Native bottom tabs. Okay, and this is how it looks. It's giving me a warning because it's not finding it, but that's okay because we know that it's actually here, so we should be fine. Now we need to go back again and install Expo build properties to enable static linking for iOS. So let's paste this in here to install this dependency. And now we need to add this configuration for iOS use frameworks. So let's go ahead and copy the entire array item here. And let's go to the app.json. Here we have the Expo build properties, and I'm going to paste this one with this property iOS use frameworks, and let's hit save. And that's pretty much all the configuration that we need. Here we have an alternative, but we don't really need to do that. And yeah, that's it for Expo. Now let's go back. I'm going to clear my terminal, and now let's pre-build our application. So we cannot use Expo in this case because we are using native code from the bottom tabs. So we need to create a development build. So let's say npx expo pre-build platform iOS. And if you want, just to make sure that everything is going to work, I'm going to pass the clean flag. This is going to basically delete the folder and recreate it again. And I'm referring to the iOS folder, this one right here. And it's installing the CocoaPods. So once that is done, we need to build the application again. But let's just minimize this for now. I'm going to close all the configuration so far. And now let's go to the layout where my tabs are. So instead of actually using Expo Router, what I'm going to do is just come here and select the guide for Expo Router. And I'm going to copy the entire thing. Okay, so let's copy this and let's go back where my layout is of my tabs and paste everything here. So first of all, let's go ahead and get rid of the Expo Router tabs. We are not going to use those anymore. Now, also notice, guys, that we are importing this with layout context from Expo Router. This is going to allow us to use the native tabs, and we are basically grabbing the tabs here with the layout, and then we're passing the bottom tab navigator we are creating here. So this is how we create the bottom tab navigator. And these are some options and types that we are passing to the bottom tab. So once that's done, we can actually get rid of all this code that we had before and just keep the tabs as simple as that. And instead of having this tab bar icon, we can have something like this. So let's copy this. Let's remove this, paste this in here. And this is how it looks. And I can do something similar down here with a different icon. Now, cool thing about this is that we have autocomplete. So I can search for any San Francisco symbol from Apple. And this is fully native, so I can just choose a dog for this part, and this should work. Now, if you notice, because I deleted a bunch of code, I can just come here and start deleting the color scheme, because these tabs automatically handle dark mode. We don't need this anymore to do those validation, this actually looks cleaner. And actually, guys, another thing that I forgot to mention is that you can now safely come here and remove the React Navigation bottom tabs as well as the React Navigation elements. Just make sure that you are using as well React Navigation Native because we're actually using it. But those two, we can remove them. So I'm going to run pm install just so that we remove those dependencies. And here we have it. And now we're ready to build our application. So I'm going to say npx expo run iOS and hit enter. Okay, guys, and the build is done. And as you can see, now we have native bottom tabs. So how cool is that? Oh, and by the way, I have this error now because I'm still using this hook use bottom tab. So let's search for that to use bottom tab. Yeah, so this hook use bottom tab overflow, it seems like it's using one of the dependencies that we deleted. So hopefully if I remove the imports and yeah, I'm gonna need to set this to 0 maybe. Yeah, hit save. Now this is going to allow me to navigate. So that's it. I'm super happy because I got to delete so many code that, you know, maybe we didn't really need to. And now we have these beautiful bottom tabs, fully native, and they changed. So for example, right now, if you notice the background is white, or the item behind the bottom tabs is white, and the icon is black. But if I scroll, the dog is actually black and the icon is white now. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you learned something new. Don't forget to give Oscar a follow. Honestly, this is one of the best React Native libraries that we have, and I'm super happy that it leverages the native implementation, and it also works on Android. Didn't get to show you, but if you go to the documentation, you're going to find guides on how to customize the icons for Android and do more advanced stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a like, check out codebebeto.dev if you want to become a master in React Native. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.